KFC. Oh my god. Trying to order KFC and they didn't speak English.
Oh,
I had no idea what we were going to order.
I did the whole thing in French, and then
what was it? What was the Big Tasty?
Yeah, it was like a double Big Tasty or something. Which
no, it was
Je voudrais. Je voudrais
Big Tasty.
Toi, big and tasty. Alright, okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Welcome back to the PMH podcast.
Welcome.
Yeah. Hope you're all doing well.
It's been about a week since our last one.
Yeah,
no,
it's been
2 weeks.
2
weeks.
No, it's not 2 weeks,
Yeah.
is it? Surely we did one
Well,
last
since we
week.
filmed the last one, we've been
It's been about 2 weeks.
We did a
So
Friday.
we're a bit out of the routine of doing this now. But we're going to come back with a simple
It's weird because we did so many so quickly, and now all of a sudden
2 weeks with nothing.
2 weeks nothing. Like we were actually meant to do one when we were away, so because we've just come back from a trip,
which we will thoroughly go through.
We were going to get onto that in a minute. However, we were meant to actually do a podcast out there, and unfortunately,
timings
didn't work out, and
it's bloody COVID.
so unfortunately, with COVID as well, it didn't make it easy.
Yeah.
No.
Would have to be more effort than.
So yeah, today's a bit more of a story time, isn't it? We're going to be discussing what happened on our Monaco trip.
Yeah.
So, not Monte Carlo.
So actually, probably by the time you've seen this, part 1 of the vlog will be out.
Yeah. Part 1.
So, because that's actually probably going up after we film this, right?
Yeah, we probably should have done that.
Yeah, probably should have done that
but
before.
It's fine. No
However, so you have already hopefully been able to see
the first
a little bit
3
of the
days.
trip.
Yeah, first 3 days of our trip.
Yeah.
Which is definitely not the best bit.
No,
Part 2 will be better. I'm not just saying that so you watch it.
I mean, the first few days was just so much travelling.
So
it was
the travel was killer.
Rain, just like new country. Like we were driving on the other side of the road, and that it's just really threw us off
It was a crazy experience for all of it. Well, for our first business trip away together, our first
international,
first international business trip. Yeah. We've done a couple of nights away here and there. Yeah. However, never really got abroad.
600. How many miles there?
1,000 miles.
No, it's 1,000 miles each way. Yeah.
It's 2,000 miles. Probably, everything in between as well.
It was crazy. There were a few high stress moments. Super stressful.
We'll get into them. This whole hour and a bit is just going to be.
Should we start with the pre-production side of things and how it all started?
How it all started. It's
been a long time. So what?
I'd say it's been a long time. We only planned this trip in January.
We had a meeting with Tom probably around early December, maybe just after.
The one with
so we had the initial kind of first kind of conversation in midway through December.
I can't believe you're going a cappella with the microphone, but I kind of like it now.
It's actually like it's just kind of really comfortable. Feels like we're just here having a bit more of a conversation.
Sorry about that.
It does look alright.
It does look comfy. Yeah.
It's just a bit more freeing getting the beer. However,
you got to make sure you keep it close to your mouth.
That's the only problem.
These mics,
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, we need to upgrade the mics at some point.
So start watching this on Spotify so we can get paid more, so we can buy better mics.
Yeah,
and then we can do more podcasts.
It's a what is it? It's a give to get.
Yeah.
Well,
you get the content. If you give us a little bit, and we'll give you more.
No, but we will.
It's like an investment.
Yeah.
Right.
We're GameStop right now.
Back on track. So you guys, man.
We're just like
right. So So it started off. It's our friend Tom Williams.
You used to go to school with,
He wanted us to do some professional videography and promotional work, mostly photography. But we also decided, while we're there, Brad's a videographer, so why not? Let's do some videography. But so he's a good friend of ours. He left our school early.
So he left at the start of year 12 and went off to do. He went to Loughborough University, like a motorsports academy, I believe. And study. Well, he was learning about his craft really because he was honing in his. I think at that stage he'd done rallying for a year.
He'd done it from a bit longer than that. Yeah, because his story is that
I think because he started racing properly.
Yeah,
I remember he had this Nissan Micra and he brought it into school.
I remember that.
The picture.
Really?
We see if we can find the picture. We'll put it up.
That's mad. Oh, I know which one. Yeah.
And that was such a funny day.
Yeah, but this guy's got rallying in his blood, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, his granddad and his dad were.
And his godfather was Richard Burns, who's the best rally driver ever. isn't
Really?
he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considered one of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So he's quite literally in his blood.
Yeah.
Like been born and bred to be a rally
yeah,
racer.
you got to have some balls to do that stuff.
Oh
I mean,
my
some
god,
of the-
we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Some of the
God, we jumped
crashes.
so early. Yeah.
They were wild.
So we started with the meeting, early December.
Yeah.
And then it sort of, as we went back into lockdown, and it was all a bit, travel was not really essential and all that. So we sort of just put it on the back burner over Christmas. We were just like, realistically, like we're not gonna be able to go. Like it's going to be way too hard. Like it seemed like an impossible task.
A huge feat for us to kind of undertake. Like, I think any business trip is, let alone during a pandemic. And, you know, especially when we've just like left Europe in like January. So all of that had really changed. So everything was everything was new. Nobody really knew what was going to be kind of in front of us.
Right, and also we'd talk to people about it, saying we might have this trip, you know, to Monte Carlo. And people are like, oh, like the documentation for that could be worrying. So I like in my head already, I was thinking it's just like, this is going to be, you know, if I forget to bring a document, then we're screwed.
It could have bad, and that nearly happened, didn't it?
Yeah, which you'll find out towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah, I think like it's a huge thing to ask of a young company, especially like ourselves, who've never travelled before, and then to go do it in these situations.
Where like it should be impossible to do.
You're thrown in the deep end. We were thrown in the deep end.
Absolutely thrown
for a first business trip. That's
But all in all, amazing experience. Great,
so worth it.
Yeah.
So we were when you came back, you were sort of assigned with your first job was get us to France.
Yeah, quite literally. You guys were like, you've got all month.
Yeah. Like all you need to do is just like plan.
Yeah.
Just plan how we get to France legally, safely, properly. Like
I had it all sorted really quick though. To be fair,
it was just sort of like a cycle.
There was a lot of going back and forth with people, you know, because every week new rules and regulations are coming out.
And it was
as much as literally.
Do you remember this? So the Friday before we were filming the last podcast, at the end of the podcast, they had talked about the
closing the travel corridors.
So we were like,
well,
no information was given, and we were like, right, Jesus, what's going to happen? So we
again a week before we thought, we're not going to go.
Yeah,
that's it. Like that was all fun, but
it's just like it shows you how quickly it was changing.
Yeah. It was impossible to organise, but in the end, it was possible.
Yeah. So should we? That's all the pre-planning.
Yeah.
Let's go to day before.
Yeah. Well, should we do like that
week?
That week, I think,
to the Monday.
Up. So
what did we do on the Monday?
Let's get back. We had to get some exemption letters from
Motorsport
UK Motorsport governing body and the FIA in order to us to given the letters to be able to travel willingly,
safely legally,
without
permission back home.
Yeah. So because we got exempt from having to quarantine when we got to France,
but we are. Oh no, I thought you were.
Yeah,
on the way
and
back.
then however on the way back we could have been exempt. However, being responsible and we're quarantining together, hence the change in scenery, which we haven't mentioned.
Yeah.
About what?
Our change in scenery. We don't normally.
Secret location.
Top secret location. Yeah.
We're not in a government issued hotel because it definitely wouldn't be this.
That makes it sound like we are,
but we're not.
But
do you think this looks like a government issued hotel for quarantining?
Well, I don't know.
No, and I don't think they'd put us together, would they? We'd probably be locked in a room on our own.
I don't know. We've been travelling the whole time together.
Surely it would make sense.
Be cheaper, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what the government think about, isn't it?
Going back, so we had to get exemption letters for us to travel, and that was hard. That was stressful because we literally didn't know the rally was happening until probably even 5 days before they hadn't confirmed it.
I think it was the week before we were sort of like, okay.
So we were shooting in the dark, trying to get some letters to allow us to travel to an event which we actually don't know if it's happening.
So we could just be getting all this stuff for no reason.
It was just so much going on. Quinn, you did an amazing job.
Yeah, star.
Well
Thank
done.
You guys doubted me at points, but I always pulled through.
But that was for motivation.
Well, we'll get to that story, and we'll get to that story later.
So yeah, finally, actually, we got it all together. You did really well putting it together, and you got us there safely. Where we all drove. So
we travelled in Quinn's
Citroen C3,
classic Citroen C3,
which fit in perfectly in France.
There were so many Citroens.
I've never seen that many Citroens, especially in his colour. So Quinn has a cream one, doesn't he?
Well, no, it's white, but it's just dirty.
Yeah,
just looks a bit cream.
But there was, I've never really seen any similar around. And then like there we go. How many
Everywhere.
car parks did we see? Like 3 or 4 at a time.
Yeah.
Sometimes of the exact same one as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So the day before, there's a week. So the Monday we left on the
Wednesday
morning. So Monday we were just sort of closing everything off, making
Packing.
sure all of our clients were happy with
Well,
all the
yeah,
stuff we'd done, and then so we could close that off, so we could say to them, "Yeah, we got a week where we're going to be away." We did all that packing, getting the last bit of equipment. What we got, the cooker. What else did we get?
Tell you snow chains.
Snow chains.
Which we didn't have to use once.
Well, at least I got them.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least you got them now.
Yeah.
They're a good buy.
We got loads of other stuff. You had to go home and get stuff. Like
Yeah, it
it
was.
was just sort of like early.
Like going back, it's like a lot of nothing to do. We had to like.
Yeah,
those
yeah,
last 2
yeah.
days.
So I think let's now start from Tuesday. So it was Tuesday. We'd had everything packed because I'd been living at my girlfriend's house, and at the bottom of I'm not even going to say because it's a secret location. But yeah, so so they've got like a second house part
In the secret location.
which is where we are now. And then we knew that's where we're going to stay. So we moved all of the office. You could see all of our computers are now on the dinner table back there. So that's where we're working from. And then so we moved everything in, and then we were leaving at 3 in the morning.
2 in the, we had to get
So we
up
had to
at
get
2.
up. Yeah, we had to get up at 2 in the morning.
So you two, we got here 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We packed up. You guys went to bed.
Well, I didn't go to bed till like at
You
least
didn't.
almost 12.
Quinn went straight to bed.
Yeah.
I went to bed at like a half.
Brad was like, I'm
Trying to
up
go
and
to-
down, up and down. And
I didn't
so
know what I wanted to do, but then I was like, I'm driving.
I was
quite
doing some
early.
final work, so I had decided that I wasn't going to sleep. So I stayed up and did my final little bits of work before we had to go. And I was in here where we were sitting out, and Brad was coming through that door that's in the background there, and in and out every
Can't
5
do my left
minutes,
and
being
right.
like, I was like, why don't you just stay up now? And he goes, no, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go
He
to sleep.
literally spent like an hour and a half.
And then like for an hour sleep, and I was like, at this point, I was like, I tried to lie down in there, and then I couldn't because like
Just wasn't.
I was like, I need to be up in an hour. What's the point? I'm just gonna feel groggy, so I just stayed away.
Yeah, it did take me a little bit to get going. I think when we got to the Eurotunnel, I was like, bam. I'm
I think
awake.
it was because like I didn't want to sleep because I was almost like anxious that we were going, and it was like I just wanted to get it done, and at the same point, like it's a lot of pressure kind of trying to build up because especially at the time of the world that we're in at the minute,
anything could change very
and
quickly.
everyone was really worried about us, and I get that, and I appreciate family all worrying about us,
Yeah.
but it almost put like, more pressure on us.
It certainly did have a negative effect
Mm.
because everyone was just.
Like my mum
Worried.
was she like before the last few days she was like, look, I'm just not going to say anything now because I'm really worried, and like, if I say anything I'm going to freak you out. So I was like, look, thank you, but like
that's also freaking.
but I was like, that's nice, but you just shouldn't have said anything.
you could have just not said anything, and not told me you were not going to say anything.
It wasn't. I know, but it wasn't meant in a bad way. So
No,
I'm not
for
like.
sure,
yeah.
It's, I know she only cares about us and our
Everyone
well-being.
would,
and
yeah.
I do appreciate it, but at the time, it's just so much going on.
Everyone was making us stress.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, we
God.
talked
And
to
we were
anyone
making
about it.
ourselves stressed.
Well, because also I think I don't know. It sounds
And
horrible.
Everyone gave different bits
reasons,
of advice, and
yeah.
and you're like, this is quite overwhelming.
I thought we were just going for a couple of days to France, and it was going to be
yeah,
easy.
we were
like-
going on a jolly.
Yeah, we were just going on a trip to France and having fun and like doing some cool work and like just
Got real though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, the
But
pandemic,
yeah.
like you see the severity of
yeah,
it.
obviously like there's definitely a reason why people were worrying and people were like maybe you should not go. And we were just like nah. Like,
However, how good actually, all in all, going through the Eurotunnel, border control, great,
yeah.
really helpful,
Super easy getting into France.
super easy.
Super
well, we had
easy
all the
getting into France.
documentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have the
But
documentation.
also, there wasn't a lot of people,
No.
Yeah.
so like that's
But maybe that's because we always got either the first or the last Euro.
Yeah, we did get the
yeah, but
sick
still,
zone.
like I've done
would've
that
thought,
before,
yeah.
and that's been really
Could be
really busy.
yeah, especially during this
That's
time.
like a quiet.
Isn't
even
it
those
half
times.
term? I swear it's supposed to be half term.
Is it?
Yeah, it's around Valentine's Day, isn't it?
I don't know.
Half term.
Yeah, but we're still in January, mate.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, but anyway.
I think like buying it
think
now. It's quite early actually. Yeah.
So we drove through the Eurotunnel. We got into France. Everything was absolutely fine. And then so basically, obviously it's a pretty boring story if we go into detail, but it was just it was 18
No,
hours.
16 hours. Yeah, 18 hours.
18 hours of
from
just
when we
pure-
left here.
Pure just driving and traveling.
In a
We'd only
straight
stopped
line.
for food for about in total we probably had about 2 hours worth of stops.
Yeah,
So
who knows how we would. That 2 hours just went.
And like we were just driving straight for so long.
We
and
did
you
3
just,
hours change, 3 hours change, 3 hours.
Destination Gap, France.
Get there.
We arrive. The accommodation.
Oh my.
We kind of okay.
Let's quit. So Quinn was in charge of the trip and organising the trip. So he organised where we were staying.
Did good. However,
the first accommodation was
They
questionable.
They completely bullshit to me.
Let's put here. Look, there's a little clip up from the vlog here. This is kind of it's small.
I'll put it. I don't know. I'll put it there. Maybe that.
Oh,
and then I'll change it to there. And then I'll go back there. I'm going to do it now.
All right. Okay.
But for our audio only listeners, so this is imagine it's an alright house. It's up on the hill, from overlooking
beautiful spot,
great amazing view.
But we got the picture of there was a pool outside.
Big house,
which there was a pool, but we thought we had this like it said apartment, didn't it?
Yeah, it did say apartment. Yeah,
to ourselves.
We thought that big house was in 2 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like you walk in the front door, and then to the right is the family's
the main house. We get there, and the French guy is just like, hello.
It's what would be a small 1-bedroom.
A 1-bedroom room. That's it.
Yeah.
And he had somehow like converted it to put like a toilet and a shower and a kitchen and a bathroom and
a bunk bed
and a desk in this room that could probably
fit one nice double bed.
The worst thing for
my god,
it was the fact that the toilet
was
the only thing that was blocking you. Blocking us
was
a curtain. So it's just like you could hear
about
everything.
To describe his stage fright that he was getting.
We won't go into that. We won't get.
I
into
couldn't
that.
do it.
Let's just not get into that bit. That's a bit.
Call me not a man, but I just can't.
No, he was just worse than that. The shower.
Taking a piss is fine, but taking a dump in front of your friends, mate, you just can't do it.
Work colleagues, actually.
Yeah. All right.
You just got to do what you got to do.
The I thought the shower was worse.
Yeah, the shower
was in the bedroom,
and it just there. It just had 2 black bars over where your junk would be.
Yeah,
and like that was it.
And you were like Quinn was sleeping. Like I was sleeping in one of the beds, and like my bed was at like eye level with just the shower, and it was the worst design.
If I was lying down in bed when one of you guys were taking a shower, I'd just have the perfect view.
Did you have?
No, I never looked. No, I don't know. I was never there. I would not stand there when you guys were showering.
Yeah, so it was just a bit.
It was a bit.
And
much.
we had like my MacBook. We had like boxes of camera equipment.
We had so much
kit. We had all of our like
so
clothes.
much equipment.
We have literally all of our office.
Yeah, we've just moved the office to France and back, and then to the secret location.
Yeah. So yeah, we spent the night.
It was an alright place. That we couldn't read the Wi-Fi password because it was in.
Oh, so many different letters and numbers. It was
F's and T's just looked exactly the same.
And we were kind of like, I spent literally probably like an hour.
I Google translated it as well.
Did you?
Yeah, it was just nothing.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, for some reason they wrote half the words you could understand, like half the letters. Sorry, you could understand.
Some of them were just like.
Some of them was just like she was doing squiggly lines as letters, and they just made no sense.
Made no sense.
But yeah, so we wake up the next morning. Oh no, if we go back to the night before, so Connor made us dinner.
No, when we bought the pans.
So on the travel,
when we were in France,
we were meant to buy. So we bought a little portable gas cooker because we thought we were going to be on the road a lot more than we were.
Yeah.
So we bought. We forgot all the pans though, so we had to stop off
and get pans.
We were about 2 hours away from Gap at this stage, I think. So we stop off and buy some pans. Anyway, we get to the place, and they have a portable gas cooker and pans.
So we just bought.
Wasted 50 quid, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
we could have cut a lot of corners.
And their fire alarm
God.
was just non-stop.
So
we were setting that thing off at like
you
1 in the
clearly
morning.
weren't meant to cook in there. Like there was no extraction or anything.
No, there
and
was
we're
no
cooking bacon and sausages.
There was no smoke though.
Yeah.
There was nothing that should have set it off. Really.
I don't know. It was kind of like it was getting a bit smoky. Then
but like not as much to set the fire alarm off.
Oh no, it just was a sensitive alarm, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Like every night.
Yeah, we set the fire alarm. Like we got there at 9. We probably were setting the fire alarm off until like 10:30, and we had just got
there. And the blow-up mattress.
Oh,
I was sleeping on a blow-up mattress.
Quinn decided to blow his mattress up with the like electric pump at like midnight,
and that thing is loud.
So loud. I
So
felt
loud.
so because like the guy. Do you remember like the last day? He goes, "That's what that sound was."
Yeah,
That was
I
a
wonder
great
what he
French
thought we were
accent.
doing in there. But yeah, anyway, so day one of the rally, day one. So we head down. We wake up at half 4.
No, that was the first day. We didn't get there till like 9. We went up until.
Yeah.
like
So we
6.
went to sleep and then we got up for the first day.
Yeah, and it was like 7. We
Second
got up
day.
like 7.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, the first day we had
Yeah,
quite an
because
easy-
we didn't get there till like 9 o'clock,
yeah,
did we?
Yeah. So the first day was alright.
Yeah. We managed to get our way into the event. We find Tom and all those mechanics, working on
with
the car.
team. Yeah.
I just want to point out, first of all, first impressions of the car was that it was just looking beautiful.
Oh, the
He's got
car.
Sick
Such-
looking car.
He's got such a nice car.
I'd say one of the best looking cars there.
And I liked how
Yeah.
classic it looked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, all of the other ones were like sticker bomb with like logo.
Oh my
and like
god.
really bright and vibrant colours, whereas like the white
and it was just
just
black
stood out.
sponsors.
White,
Yeah.
and it had the orange
And the
spoiler.
orange.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
most of the sponsors were in black.
yeah.
So it was like a nice, clean looking car. There wasn't too
100%.
much going on.
It was one of the best looking cars there.
For sure. Not
Yeah.
being
The
biased
one
or
thing that
anything.
surprised me is because we saw loads of these rally cars, is the fact that for some reason I thought they'd all be kind of like Ford Fiestas and
Yeah.
everything converted.
Yeah.
But you've got
You've
a
got
range
all-
of all
all
cars.
types.
You've got
Renault
like
Clio,
Toyota Yaris,
Peugeot,
a Toyota
Toyota.
Yaris
It's just the
won
different
it.
classes.
Yeah.
Like there's loads of different classes. So like
Yeah.
some were like rear wheel drive, some were 4-wheel drive. You know.
Yeah.
They
I
have-
definitely wasn't expecting to see like the
A
lower,
Yaris.
what are they called, like production cars, like the lower level cars.
Yeah,
The-
like a Toyota Yaris type
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
that's converted into one
Like
of the best
the-
cars in the world.
Yeah.
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 It's just like it's mad. See, like because they had like the big team, like the works teams. Like
Yeah.
you had the Hyundai,
Yeah.
you had Toyota, like the guy from Toyota won.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is when we spoke to the mechanics as well, and they were saying that, because I didn't know this, but what they do is that if you're a rally driver and you're having a good streak, they'll regulate your car to
Yeah.
make it worse.
Mm.
So at the end of the day,
They make it
this kind
harder
of shocked
or add
me.
weight for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is
Yeah.
where like the strategy comes into it, because they were talking to us about how sometimes if a rally driver won't take a few races before such a big event
So he can
because
get
they
better.
don't want their car to be made worse.
Because you can like a lot of I didn't know this actually though. So like sometimes they just don't turn up to events.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so much.
And
more
like
common.
it's so like strategic. So like they might if they know their car's really good on like a really straight kind of road track.
Yeah. They won't take the other one.
They'll just turn up to those. Whereas the ones with the corners that are a lot slower or maybe icier conditions,
Mm.
they just won't come.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day they could just sacrifice and get a really shit time anyway,
Mm.
and it's just not worth
I
it.
kind of get I do get the reasons behind it. Is because obviously you've
Wouldn't you
got
wanna race
you've got
every
these
race?
you've got these
Well, see,
companies.
that's what I would think.
Like-
You've got like Hyundai and everything who have so much money. They're like the best in terms of rally cars
Mm.
So-
Hyundai,
and
Toyota,
Toyota.
Subaru.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right
and
there.
so the best in the world have these
Ford.
companies with millions behind them, even
Mm.
billions.
Like, all right, so the Hyundai, they're like the huge building they built.
Oh my god.
The amount of money they had.
The portable.
So-
The portable
so we was
skyscraper almost.
Yeah, like it was. it
Tom
like
was in
3
this
floors.
like little tent and like this tent and a van trailer. Humble, cool, right?
Love it.
It didn't really need
Had
anything
what you
else.
needed.
Loved it. Then they had offices. They had reception areas.
areas. They had the big garage with the
20,
lights,
20 people in each car.
Two,
Yeah, with
3
the-
trailers behind that.
with the glass windows so you could see in, and the ramp that comes off. So they
Yeah.
open the glass and the car just rolls off. Like
It was-
so much extra, and Tom's just there like, I'm doing this because like I love racing, not
Yeah.
not for all of this flashy.
But
Yeah.
it just shows you like what the sort of level he is and respected. Like we're all right next to each other.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone, like he's going up against we are at Monte Carlo. There's
Yeah.
72 people.
yeah.
They're pretty much the top 70 drivers in the world,
Well,
Yeah.
yes,
and he's going up against them. Like that's impressive. It's
Yeah.
really impressive.
And
what he-
yeah.
He got some really good results as well. Like
Yeah.
he's around the 30s, but still like
But
considering.
the thing
That's
is
his
that
first
so,
time,
so
isn't
the top rally driver, the one who won it this year's kind of really late 30s, going on 40s. So
Yeah,
he's been in the game a really long
He's won
time.
it 8 times.
Tom is
his first win was in 1992.
Jesus.
exactly. Tom is Tom's our age. He's 21.
Yeah.
And to just think about that, like he is the youngest guy in that rally. He was the youngest guy in that rally.
I
It's
think- I
crazy.
pretty much
Was it?
think so. Yeah, there's a couple of others.
Well,
maybe
all like
a little
21.
younger,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think there might be even some 18-year-olds, to be fair.
But they're the people that have been like, had so much money by their parents.
There's a lot of like, because some of the academy drivers, like they're racing with the big and they're really young. Like, they're almost kind of like the Max Verstappen's of rally. He came into it really young. Like Max Verstappen was racing at F1 at like 17.
How the fuck?
He couldn't even drive when he was did an F1 race legally on the road.
That's so
like
weird.
He was just like it's crazy.
That is mental.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Should we go? Where were we? Day one.
So like day one was like probably our most exposure to Tom, wasn't it?
Yeah, like
in terms of content.
More like practice. No,
so like this is like so it's like a practice. There are stages on the Thursday, but it's a bit more of a practice than like really getting into the rally. So you're kind of just getting a feel for the car, because it's the first like he had a practice the week before on the weekend and like leading into it. But like that was kind of, yes, it was the first stage. We're still really kind of getting the feel for everything. They
didn't even know how the event was. Even the event managers were still figuring out, with COVID and everything, it's just what the hell was going to happen.
Nobody knew, and it was like
a free for all.
Yeah, like you said. But so that first day we got a lot of. He was in the tip. He came in 3 times, I think.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times he was in there. He was in there for at least an hour ago. We were just filming some content for him.
So that was good.
Got a real look at the
car. But it was, unfortunately, it was so overcast that first day.
Yeah,
it was moody, which was cool. Like, it was cool to get a few pictures like that. But because we had that for 2, maybe nearly 3 days.
3 days.
It got a bit repetitive content-wise. Like, there's only so much you can do in that area.
With that weather.
In that light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, to explain to the people watching, what happens at these rally events is we'd arrive in the morning, they had a service, so they'd only get access to a car. They weren't allowed to touch the car overnight.
Yeah, so they put it into the service park, they lock it away, and then they all wait until early in the morning, and then they run there and pick up the car, don't they?
Yeah, so the head mechanic pretty much will go pick up the car in the morning, bring it to the service station. The mechanics will have half an hour or 45 minutes in the morning to do what they need to do to the car in order to like fix it from the day before.
However, some days was only like 10 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah. So then they do their thing. Tom would then go out and do kind of 2 stages, which a stage contains kind of it's a timed lap of
maybe 20 kilometers, I think. So
they're roughly like 20 kilometers. So Tom will go out, these stages are based, an hour or 2 hours.
Sometimes 4. One of them was 4 hours away.
Yeah.
From where we were.
Yeah. So Tom could be out for a long time. And then he'll come back about 5 hours later. They'll have another half an hour service, and this is where they can do all the repairs that they need to, because a lot happens to these rally cars.
They get beaten
Tom was lucky to have not. These rally drivers are lucky to
got
not
hit by.
Another
so there was a build up one day, and
the first day.
Yeah, I think it was the first day. So there's 5 or 6 cars deep waiting, and the guy behind Tom started ramming behind him.
Yeah.
Broke his bumper.
Yeah,
and it wasn't Tom's fault, because Tom was stuck behind a slow driver.
Yeah. And the guy behind Tom was Austrian national champion, like
8 times in a row. Tom said,
And so obviously he's frustrated. He's a lot quicker. Tom was saying he would be a lot quicker than him usually.
He should have been in front of
him. But he punctured his radiator, I think.
Really? Yeah. There was a little rod that came out the back of Tom's car, where the bumper is, and the guy rammed into the back of it. And it just destroyed his radiator. So they got out at the end of the stage, and they had a bit of an argument. Tom was like, "You deserve this," and everything and whatnot. And then Tom came home, and then the bumper was kind of messed up because obviously the guy rammed into it. So they fixed the bumper. These guys are so resourceful. These mechanics, they can fix a car.
Oh my god, yeah.
They've cleaned the car.
Not doing like a proper fix. They're just doing what they can
in the 10 minutes they get on the car.
That's what I was really amazed by, because I thought like, it's this huge process.
You've got to change the bumper.
They do, but no, they were just coming up with what they could to keep the car together for the next stage.
Duct tape.
It was incredible. It was how like you said, they were so resourceful.
Yeah,
the things they came up with.
Yeah, if I was doing
the
head mechanic.
Yeah, who was like running the team.
Yeah, genius.
Cool guy, such a nice guy.
He was so Scottish to the T. Absolute hero. apparently a legendary mechanic. He owns all of that stuff. But yeah, end of day one was a good run. You know, Tom had a good time. He was feeling good in the car.
Even us, we were feeling pretty confident. Yeah. We were like, this is cool. This is like, because it wasn't like go. It was sort of like go for an hour and then come back and chill for 2 or 3 hours. We sorted through the footage. We sorted the photos. Yeah. Got everything backed up.
See, when we were, so I was constantly comparing it to when we went to F3.
Yeah.
So F3, the difference was F3 was go, intense, really intense.
We had like a 10-minute break in between for like 8 hours.
Because like you had your session, you literally came back and you
work on the car.
And you go, they're looking at the race notes and everything, and they're straight back out. And then while they're on the track, we're trying to shoot them go past every minute. So like, and that's hard. Maybe 45 seconds.
We're trying to move location. We're trying to run between and stuff like that.
And we've only got 15 minutes per session. They come in and then they go back out. So half an hour.
So you got 15 attempts of getting like 15 different shots, bespoke shots.
Yeah. And that's it. And you've got to be running so quickly all the time.
And it was hot.
Yeah.
And I had the gimbal.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
So I was like running up into the stands and then running back down onto the track and into the pit lane and like sprinting.
Yeah.
Whereas this was a lot more calm and relaxed. However, we didn't have a lot of time with the car. Whereas almost in those 15 seconds, you know, I've got 15 attempts there, and then, and I've got all these locations to try. And we had that for 3 times in the day. So you had 30 per session of images. So you had a lot more chances. Whereas with Tom, we'd see him for 15 minutes. And he's gone for 4 hours.
Yeah, and there's no plan. There was no pre-production in this. It was just get the shots we can get while we've got him.
And like not because Tom didn't even know where he was going to be.
Yeah,
like
we just he was going to be.
You know, it was pure on like luck and chance where we're going to be. And I think that was the hardest thing for us, being like creatively trying to just get something together that quickly. I mean, because like
it was just run and gun, wasn't it? It was just
for me. There's only so many angles of picture I can take it under a canopy in a a service park.
Yeah, but that's where it wasn't day 2. We asked about day 2. We asked if we could go to a spot to see him race. This was either at a fuel point or at the end point because you're not allowed legally to film any part of the rally on a stage apart from those 2 points.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, they're not having any spectators anyway.
I think I'm gonna go a cappella.
You're gonna go a cappella.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable right now. I feel like this is gonna be the age to my comfortability.
You've got to keep it in front of your mouth, though, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, but yeah, day 2, wake up. It was like 4:30 in the morning, just like the rest of the other mornings. There, it was.
Oh my god,
so early.
Getting up at 4 in the morning is tough.
Yeah, you can ask these two at the end of the trip. I was fatigued as hell.
I mean, like. So me and Brad can handle the mornings quite well. We're fine. We get up, get on with it.
Alarm goes up. We're up. We're ready to go.
We're last one out of bed. First one to bed, and last one out of bed.
Yeah, but I think it's genetics, man. Like,
how is
something about my family is fucked up, and I need a lot of sleep.
No, it's fine getting a lot of sleep. We were going to sleep at like
I think it's
9:30, 10 o'clock.
There's a huge mental thing with sleep. In your head, you think you need sleep,
but you don't. Loads of people do it. Like we watched the video on Elon Musk earlier.
Well, you two are just better than everyone else.
Mate, we're just built different, you know.
Built different. I kept quoting Sam Neill. Built different.
Shout out, Mr. Neil.
But no, like it's not. You got used to it though. You definitely got used to it.
I don't think I got used to it. I think I just got to a point of
I had to do it.
Mental. Like I was just a zombie. By the
you were. You did need like a couple. To be fair though, it's a lot of travelling.
Yeah, we did a lot of work.
Yeah,
and since we came back, we've done a COVID. We did one COVID test on
the day we got back.
On the day we got back,
a home test
came negative. And we've just gone this afternoon to get another one. So
results will come tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, day 2. Wake up 4:30 a.m. Pack all of our stuff. Hit the road. End up going to the service point again. Doing the same
nice
stuff.
And early.
Weather was awful.
Awful.
We are talking rain.
It was pissing it down. Look at that. I'll capture the vlog.
That was awful. Right, okay. But yeah, rain like you'd never seen it before.
There was flooding. It was literally like when we were walking back up. It was like walking up a river.
The road had literally turned into a river. But yeah, we got all
However, which got some really cool shots.
Really moody shots off with the lights.
Again, you can only do so many like moody rain shots. Also, like I don't want to stand out in the rain for that long anyway. Like,
also with these cameras as well,
they
like
can't resist it.
some of them are semi
They're like
waterproof, but still,
weatherproof,
it's one of those things where you can't get them soaked. And
'Cause
that
I
was
had
weather where you
Yeah,
stand outside for a second and you get drenched.
soaked. Yeah,
because I had the 5D Mark IV, which is weatherproof, and it like
weatherproof.
but like the lens, even my lens, I don't think was weather sealed. So it's like,
is it really worth?
Is it really worth? Like I can only go out and take so many pictures before.
Why didn't we take an umbrella?
I don't know.
We should have. We should.
Why don't we have a rainproof case for the Black Magic?
But
like,
this is
because
something.
But this
an
is
umbrella
why
would have
these-
been more.
This is why these trips are so good though, because you live and you learn. Like
Yeah,
It's
you
our
do-
first trip. Like
you learn.
I want to look back in a couple of years and be like, wow, we've gone on a lot of trips.
We
Yeah.
did. I think we will get.
COVID.
We'll only get it better. I don't think we need to take as much as we did.
No.
We seriously overpacked.
But we wanted. I feel like
but this again, this is one of those things where people were telling us, you need to have this, you need to have
We
this,
didn't need
you need to
anything.
have this.
And we didn't need it.
Mm.
And I
didn't
think,
need
like,
it. Yeah.
That's it comes with the learning experience, and I think we've
Mm.
been talking about when we have the opportunity, of maybe doing a couple of other trips later on this year. So if they come off,
Yeah.
we know in mind what we need to kind of be wary of and know
Yeah,
kind of how to do it. I think a little bit better.
And I think
Yeah.
to
So
be
we can
real,
definitely be more efficient.
yeah,
For
because
sure.
because people were telling us is like go for a big shot before, because you never know how long you like. If there's a snowstorm, you could be stuck for days. And the thing is like yes, but also you can usually see a snowstorm coming. And
Yeah.
We can prepare.
you can't like you can we could have found a way to a town.
There was
if that happened.
Mm.
I don't think we looked at the weather closely enough before we left.
True,
I think we could have done that. I know a snowstorm can come in and can come in quickly.
especially in the Alps.
I think.
However, I think actually now there was quite a lot of people on the way. Yes, it's good to have a little bit of food maybe, but you don't. We didn't eat half the food that we did buy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like because we didn't know where we were going to be at what sort of time, what sort of day. We brought food that we could eat wherever we were.
Yeah, and I think also we should
Excuse
kind
me.
of like play
You going?
next time we should pay attention to the locals, because
What do you
if we're driving past people, we were driving past cars that were way worse than my car.
Oh yeah, going in
And-
areas they probably shouldn't be
And
going.
people were like, "What car are you going in?" Citroen C3. Oh,
Yeah.
look like could that make it?
Yeah.
There are cars in the Alps that are just terrible.
Terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I think we were fine with that regard. It was more what we needed to bring, because we
Yeah.
didn't really know where we were gonna be, what we were gonna
We filled that car. We could have not fit one more bag in that car.
do. No,
What we couldn't, and when I say a bag, like we're talking even
a
something
small bag,
small,
like a small camera bag,
we couldn't have
like something
fit.
as big as like this pillow. Probably couldn't even fit.
That
in
pillow
trip.
probably couldn't have fit. Like we actually did it to perfection.
Yeah.
But we could have used the extra space.
Yeah.
And
All
everything.
right. So what day are we on now?
So we're on to
Day 3.
Rainy day. Yeah,
Yeah,
but two was just kind of
The same as one, really.
the same as one. But
Oh, no,
just really
we're on-
rainy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
still in gap. Oh no! On day 2, this is where we had the awful situation of the Black Magic, our cinema camera.
Oh yeah, my camera, the USB-C port that we plug our SSD into to record footage, decided to just die. Really, just not really.
Yeah, the USB-C
It's
port
typical, isn't it?
got pushed in, which meant that for all of you that don't really know much about cameras, the way it works is you use SD cards, but that's only up to a certain point. And the camera we're actually using now, it records in such high footage, even though it may not look like it now.
So it's like 64 gigabytes of footage every 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a huge file, whereas usually like a video clip could be 300-400 megabytes.
Right,
that,
so that's
yeah.
why
If
we
that,
use the
yeah.
USB-C port to plug it into a solid state hard drive, which is 1 or 2 terabytes,
Yeah.
instead of an SD card, which is maximum 250.
Yeah.
That broke, so we had to use the SD cards the whole trip, which meant that we could only record for about 15 minutes before changing.
And we were like, so we'd have 2 SD cards and we'd change in between, so we'd shoot, run it off, fine,
Yeah.
download it. It was fine, like we made it work.
But it
We-
just wasn't ideal.
That's the thing, we make it work, and I think it almost it took you kind of like back to like film days, like you had only a limited amount of shots, so you had to be a little bit more. I mean, I was fine, I was shooting away because I had SD card.
It was all fine for you.
Fine for me, but for you, you actually had to be a bit more critical about your shots.
Yeah, but it was fine. Like, ended up being more than I needed. I think.
Yeah,
Like-
definitely.
You really did it well, like in terms of you are very good at videography, so like, I feel you can figure that shit out.
Yeah, it was fine. Like it was obviously annoying, but then I was just like, oh, well, there's nothing else I could do about this. Let's just get on with it. But that was I feel like that was day 3. Are we counting?
Yeah, so that was Friday, and then so Saturday.
Saturday was the good day.
Saturday was a good day. Saturday was our last day in Gap.
Are we skipping?
No.
We travelled on Wednesday. Yeah. Thursday was day 1. Friday was day 2. Now on day 3.
Yeah. So last day in Gap. So that's. So for you who don't know, we were at the Monte Carlo rally, that's Monaco. It's
Monte Carlo. I don't know.
However, it starts in Gap, which is 4 hours away in the Alps in France, right? So there's a while apart from each other.
Proper hardcore ice, snow.
Yeah.
It looks crazy.
Yeah, it's like so Monte Carlo rally is one of the hardest.
It was beautiful. It was absolutely stunning. But sorry, that's the first half.
And so we on the Saturday we had to drive from Gap after the last stage down to Monaco. However, we were meant to stop off and go to one of the last stages, weren't we?
Yeah,
to the fuel pump, like you said earlier, but we got lost.
Well, we got sent the wrong address.
Yeah, we got sent the wrong way.
But what car did we go in, boys?
However,
you got to talk about that.
Yeah,
you guys.
So
probably the most memorable.
Quinn. But so we were driving around, and anyway, it was stunning views, absolutely amazing.
Didn't say what car we're in.
But we were in.
We
got given Tom's car, didn't we? We were driving his Jeep Cherokee, was it?
Yeah,
I think it's Jeep Cherokee.
Very nice car.
2019 plate.
Yeah,
really
left-hand drive.
Yeah. So it's actually for me very hard car to drive. I was screwing it up. However, I got it going. It's fine. And then I handed over to Bradley, and he enjoyed it.
The next 3 hours.
He really didn't give me much choice in the matter, but it was fine.
It was
taking pictures.
Yeah, it was a fun drive. We were driving up through the Alps. Like we'll put some pictures in here of just our drives to the Alps.
Oh.
It was amazing. Like the views we were seeing, it just kind of put everything.
It was so worth it. Like we had really shitty weather for the 2-3 days prior to this, and on the we were leaving Gap, and finally as we were driving out of Gap, it just opens up. Mountains
glorious,
are clear,
like sun, crystal clear. It was so nice.
Almost like it's so typical. Like because the day before we'd lost our drone, Quinn had crashed it.
He's not able to defend himself. That's pretty peak.
Yeah, and so
talking about you breaking the drone.
So it's just so typical that we were in this glorious mountain region. And the day before,
the most picturesque place.
Yeah, and then the day before, when we decided to fly in the rain because we thought we were leaving Gap and we weren't going to be here again, and then suddenly now we have no drone.
You acapellaing it?
Yeah, going acapella.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of I screwed the pooch on that one.
You've taken like a champ. It's fine.
Mate, welcome to the tally.
I prided myself in the fact that I'd never crashed a drone, whereas these guys have crashed I mean, we're getting into, you can't count it on one hand.
Whoa. You're on 2.
I'm on 2. Yeah, I'm on 2.
I'm on 1.
I'm on 1 now.
You're on 1. So
still leading.
We really need to get the leaderboard up in the. So this is for anyone. Right, we use drones all the time in our projects, and we have a leaderboard now on who's crashed the most drones. Bradley is leading.
Brad sucks.
Apparently crashed 2.
Mine were. Yeah. No, I lost 1 and I crashed the other.
Yeah. So
yours was worse.
We're gonna make a montage video of our crashing of the drones soon.
We'll have enough.
Yeah. Mine was really unfortunate because that branch did come out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere, as you can see. There we go.
Those drone shots didn't really work. Where were you guys at?
That. Yeah, we were in the mountains.
We're in the mountains.
Driving.
Had you gone through the whole Jeep story?
Yeah, because
well, we're driving.
No, we didn't explain why.
Yeah, we had to drive Tom's car from Gap because he's in the rally, and no one. I don't know. They didn't really plan. What they have to do on the last stage of when they're in Gap, they have to drive the rally car to Monte Carlo in there
4 hours
for 4 hours. So it's a 4-hour journey along the motorway. some of them have studded tyres, right? Because they've just done an ice stage.
And they have to drive straight to...
And when I say studded tyres, they literally have metal spikes on the tyres so they stick to the ice. Because otherwise they'll go like 2 miles an hour. Well, with that, they can go 60, 70 miles an hour on ice. So it's quite impressive. But yeah, some of them had to drive the whole way down in those.
I would have loved that. I really want to drive one of those.
Did you ask Tom? Because I asked him, I was like, so how was he? He goes, it was just so noisy.
Because the cars are so light and thin, there's nothing in them apart from the seats.
They're so loud.
You're just the engine. Like that's got to be like... Because if you think he's done a 4-hour drive, but he probably done 3 hours beforehand on the stages.
7 hours just sitting there.
Just sat in that car. I know it's comfortable, but still, it's a lot.
Yeah. What if you don't get along with your co-driver as well?
I don't think Tom did. Like Tom was lucky he did. So
they really get on.
Yeah.
Georgia Ascalone. I mean, shout out to her. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm really sorry, but apparently it is a big thing in the rally industry that a lot of drivers don't actually like their co-drivers.
Really?
A lot of people don't like co-drivers. Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently they can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that because like when we had the initial meeting with Tom, he was kind of explaining that the whole story behind Georgia. So Georgia is his co-driver. He's an Italian, but like Georgia was one of the only female co-drivers in the whole championship.
I didn't see another.
I don't think there was another.
I think I might have seen one.
Really?
One.
Yeah.
The American guy that we saw. I think his.
Did it really?
Yeah.
But so that was really impressive, and because they were sponsored by Women in Motorsport on Tom's car.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Yep.
But apparently, like a lot of the other drivers were trying to poach Georgia from Tom. He was telling me.
Yeah,
Tom's a sort after guy.
Apparently she's getting a lot of messages in her DMs about it and everything.
Maybe the drivers, they want a bit more than just the co-driver.
Maybe the drivers are the issue.
I think the drivers.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But yeah, so
we were driving through the mountains. It was glorious. Like we were in a stunning, nice car.
The scale of these mountains is just insane. Everything is just huge.
You just go around a corner, and you're just like, whoa.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And cameras
kind of like view after view after
covered
view
in snow with the sun.
So we drove from Gap. We started the day in Gap, and we had bright blue, sunny skies. We get up into the Alps, we get snow,
blizzard.
I can hardly drive in it. We carry on, then we get rain, then we get sleet, then we get rain, and then finally
we get to south of France.
We get to Nice, sunset, pink blue sky, pink skies.
I love the south of France. The south of France.
It's so bang.
It's so nice. It's like the whole no disrespect to the French.
But the best part of their country is right at the bottom.
You drive through, it's like boring. You get to the Alps, you're like, that's sick. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. And then it's like back to boring. And then it gets to the south of France, it's like, wow.
But even like the mountain, I didn't realise because when we were driving out from Monaco on the first day, so we got to the event at like 5 a.m. And this is now on the Sunday.
You're skipping ahead, mate.
Yeah, we're doing this in a timeline.
You're skipping ahead, Ev. I know you're keen.
I forgot about the
incident
when we got to Nice.
So we get to Nice. We're like,
I don't remember.
We got to
the
Nice.
Incident.
We had a 4-hour drive, and it was the last. We were like, oh, cool. We got 20 minutes. Get back to the hotel. That's cool. No worries about that. Quinn's on the phone. Guys, I think I heard a popping in my car. I think it might be a can or something.
Yeah,
and then
I thought one of like the soda bottles we had or something in the car had popped because it sounded just like that. Anyway, yeah, continue.
And then it was just like 5 minutes later. It's like, I think I'm swerving a little bit. My car is like pulling to the right a bit.
It was behaving weirdly, and I was like, guys, like the tires popped.
And we were behind Quinn in a different car, looking at his tires, being like, it looks alright. It's not that bad, but like, and you were like, no, you're right there, buddy.
You
guys have got
there.
COVID tests. I don't think Connor's got COVID.
You guys were there saying, it just looks a bit flat. We just need to fill it with a bit of air.
Yeah,
I was convinced that.
So we then stop off in rush hour in the middle of Nice
because I had to stop because the thing is that when I was driving fast, obviously the
speed limit, obviously.
What's the force called?
From behind it looked fine, and then all of a sudden, very quickly it just went down.
Down really quickly.
Well, the thing is that once you slow down, obviously there's a centrifugal force.
Yeah.
Well,
So you needed to keep kind of, if you had kept the momentum going, maybe.
And as we went into Nice,
if you didn't stop,
the traffic got worse, and then I stopped, and then when you stop and you've got a flat tire, and then you go to accelerate again, it's like boop, 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 boop,
yeah.
boop, boop. I had to pull over there.
He was like, "What?
Yeah.
One more time, please."
It's because like obviously I thought like from behind I was like, it's fine, it's just a slow puncture.
There was a lot of stuff in the car that made it look like it was.
It made it because obviously the cameras,
my laptop,
everything,
everything was on the right hand side,
all on the right hand side. So are you. So I thought actually maybe it's just leaning because of all of the weight.
Yeah, but then
that does make sense. What was that?
That's our FBI agent.
That was Sonos telling us to hurry up.
All right. Okay. Anyway, so we pulled over, and then so we called up the mechanics because
they're on their way as well.
They were on their way to Nice.
As in Tom's mechanics, Dommy.
Yeah, I couldn't
get the wheel now.
I couldn't get the wheel things off. And then so we called the mechanics and we're like, yeah, could you help us? And like, yeah, we'll be there. Like they were 8 minutes away.
They were literally right behind us.
They had to change a tire on their trailer.
They had literally just finished changing. They were changing a tire.
So when I called him, Dommy, he was like, yeah, we're changing the tire ourselves. And he goes, all right, cool, we'll be with you in a minute.
Yeah.
Sending okay. She goes, right, on the way, 8 minutes. Then he says that, Quinn goes, yeah, guys, don't worry, I can get the nuts up. They had covers over the wheel nuts.
What is that about?
Which was stupid.
So weird.
And also, these covers were impossible to take off.
You had to like jam it in with
we had to
like a crowbar off. Crowbar off.
So I managed to get them off and I changed the tyre and everything, but it was a space saver tyre. And that already raised issues because we are 1,000 miles from home.
So
you'll learn about why this is such an important part of the story.
Anyway, it's fine. We changed it.
We'll change it the next day.
We'll finish this story later, like in terms of the car tyre, because now we're getting onto the luxury part.
Oh, the best bit.
Well, we wake up the next day, we spend a nice night in Nice and everything.
Nice hotel, nice Ibis. It was actually
Ibis Hotel, but look, it's called Ibis Styles. The Styles.
So that was nice.
It was an upgrade on our last place.
And then we're heading to Monaco, only 25 minutes away from Nice, and the journey.
At 5 in the morning.
Oh my god, it's beautiful. It was at 5 in the morning. Yeah,
sunrise.
But to be fair, we were all feeling pretty good because we were in Nice.
Right. So we're driving. Quentin's driving down into Monaco, into the harbour. Now, when you're driving down into Monaco harbour, there's 2 ways to go. So you can either go right up the hill, or you can go left into the harbour, or then you can do like a real proper sharp left and go like round the top of the harbour.
Yeah.
So Quinn, we were meant to go kind of down the middle one into the harbour parking. Quinn decides, no, I'm gonna go
up a hill,
right, and up the hill.
Now, bear in mind that we can see the harbour down to the left.
I don't know why I thought that.
Remember this: as we're going towards the hill, the policeman's going like this, slow down. Anyway, stops us. And we're like, oh, and he's like, we asked for le Haber.
He's like, aha, yes, oui.
Yeah, I definitely did not.
Yeah, you did, because you were like, je suis English, and he's like, no, and you go, le Haber.
Harbour. I just repeated harbour.
And he points down to the
road that looks like it would go towards the harbour.
Quinn goes, no, drive straight past him and carries going up the hill.
We go up a hill.
Now, if you carry on to the top of this hill, there's quite a famous person that lives at the top of this hill, and he goes by the name of Prince is it Andrew?
Albert.
Yeah. Albert. Prince Albert.
Prince Andrew.
Prince Albert of Monaco, who is the head of state for the Monaco royal family.
One of the richest people in the world.
Yeah, and so we were wondering why that policeman stopped us, but I think we figured it out.
Yeah.
Because Quinn was getting very close.
Yeah.
And he was, I'll do a 3-point turn here. I was like, yeah, you better bloody do that.
I guarantee we had snipers.
On us. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We'll get into that later. I spotted some snipers.
Yeah. We turn around, we go back, and we find a place in the harbour. Everywhere's got no parking, but then it was just like, where the hell are we going to park? So we just decided to, you know what?
We left the car in what we thought was a safe place.
Yeah.
So next to these £1 billion boats.
This was right down on the harbour with these 100. There was one yacht there.
I'll put
for 180 million.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So we then managed to get into the service park in Monaco, in the harbour. We managed to get in there. It's like 5:30 in the morning. Everyone's working on their cars. We're moving around all the mechanics. It's like that was a proper.
It's a lot going on.
It was more than the other service park. It was like an F1.
Because it was the last. Yeah, it was the last day.
Everyone was sort of cramped in.
It's normally where I believe that's where the paddocks are.
Really?
In F1, yeah.
That's where the paddocks are.
I believe so.
Wow.
So, but it was crazy.
That must be a logistical nightmare.
All going on. It was manic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely manic. Yeah. Anyway, so we we get a shot of Tom,
he's going up the start ramp. It's all nice.
And we shoot a few other cars.
But
then, that finishes, and then obviously Tom and everything, like the rally drives are off to the rally. And then,
oh my God,
we had the surreal moment where we were just stood there.
And Monaco is empty.
And Monaco's dead quiet.
There's no one up. It's 6 o'clock. It's not even 6 in the morning.
The sunrise. But like we were just stood in Monaco.
It was packed.
And the sunrise right shining off the buildings right in the harbour. It was just one of those surreal moments where you're like,
why? How did we get here? How did we get here?
Because you could see the casino, like the famous one, kind of like up in the distance.
And you could see the Prince's house.
Prince's house there, and we're down
with the boats.
All these rally cars, all these £1 million yachts, these rally cars, and it was just kind of like,
how did we?
We were like, how the hell did we get here?
This is work.
Yeah. 2 years ago when we started this company, this was like the last thing I kind of thought.
There would be Monaco.
It was real like a surreal moment. First trip away. It was just kind of a huge, I think, achievement for us.
Well, places that we've seen on TV, like on F1 and like.
Yeah. I never thought I'd go to Monaco. In all honesty, I like it.
It was one of those places that I thought like
you gotta be mega.
Yeah, and it was. It is exactly how it's advertised.
Oh God, yeah.
Coolest number plates.
Oh,
I'd love
Prince Albert number plate. Monaco 1 it's just so
sick.
Cool.
Flex though, isn't
it? So cool, man.
Yeah, so he actually, we saw him.
We'll get onto that.
Come on,
Connor, you're really timeline. Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, we watched the sunrise, and
then we're like, oh God, yeah,
that was actually, and you know when there's a moment in your life when you're thinking, I need to take a snapshot of right now. And
Quinn's notorious for not getting his phone out. Ever, and taking pictures.
No, so I don't take pictures.
If he does get a picture, it is questionable.
I did take a couple of pictures, but also it's just like in my head, it's just like this was one of these moments where I need to.
I want to look back on this.
I'm saving the moment.
I could just imagine who was going to crack out the angles again. Quinn's notorious for a side angle.
I like being different.
However, when you did do the pictures,
we'll get on to that.
Oh yeah,
you did
good. Yeah, that was the next day.
That was just as we were coming.
No, that was the same day.
The same day.
Just slightly on.
So then we drove. The drive again from
Monaco. From Monaco to Nice, and then
we went up a little bit.
An hour north.
Yeah,
it was. So we headed pretty much back to the Alps in the same direction. And I was driving, and I said to the boys, I said, this is the best drive I've ever done in my entire life.
We're going through like a cliff face, like this. So in Monaco, valley, there's so many tunnels.
Yeah,
and some of the roads are just carved into the cliff.
That's amazing.
It blew me away. It was really, really special. And yeah, we were driving through, and the way I described it, and the only way I can envision it is like you know, one of those scenes in Jurassic World. I'm really bad at explaining this, but like. You know when like there's mountains and everything, it's foggy and everything.
But the fog, the fog, because the fog was so low in some parts.
It was like rolling down,
and then
hills.
Like you would turn around the corner and it would just open up, and then the fog would just rise, and it was kind of like it
was truly magnificent.
Something out of a movie, yeah. Something out of a movie.
Yeah, it really was.
It really was.
But anyway, so we go to the town where we've been told that the refueling point was, and then we find a place at the end of the bridge. There's a bridge, obviously, and we thought this would be the best place to take photos.
We could get one that was looking straight down the bridge, like they were coming through it.
And we knew Tom was car 36, so that gave us plenty of time to, practice. 38, sorry. It gave us plenty of time to practice. So we found we found our original spot, and then we were like, crap, we're in the completely wrong spot.
We were freaking out. We were like, oh, we've missed it again. Like, this is our second time doing this. Like, we're never going to get this shot.
But then soon enough, the cars came back around, and we were like, no, we are in the right spot.
We were going through like back and forth. Connor was like, nah, we're in the wrong place. And Quinn was like, nah, we're in the right place. We were just like back and forth for like 20 minutes. Like, where are we going to go?
And then all of a sudden, one car came. And then it just stopped, and we were like, oh.
One of the Red Bull cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we pitch up on the bridge. Connor finds his spot. Connor's got a spare camera with a big lens on it, and then I was like, I just thought I may as well. You know, I'm not the most experienced with cameras, but if there's any a time to actually look for the shot, now is the time. Luckily, I did that. We'll talk about it in the future. But Brad found his spot with the video.
Yeah.
So like we were posted up on the bridge. So like I was the closest, furthest in,
like halfway,
on the bridge.
Yeah. The bridge,
Quinn was then probably halfway in between me
and I was just at the end, looking straight down the bridge.
Yeah. And then we got all three angles. Like I got the nice side on straight away, nice up and close on the wide angle. You then got the side angle. Brilliant angle, but you got him further down when he first came in.
Because I had the long lens.
Because like with my wide angle, I was on the 16mm, so that's really, really wide. So when I took the picture, I was probably here and Tom was here in the car. Like I was that close. My camera was probably this close to him.
You were really close.
I was like really, really close.
Yeah, and then this especially for me was such a huge challenge, being fairly, but not fairly, like being a complete beginner when it comes to.
And you've got one chance.
Because it's one of those things where you have one shot. I managed to get like 6 photos off, but so what happens is that especially here you've got.
That's your shot.
Yeah, that's my shot.
That's really good.
Thank you so much. We'll put it up there. But anyway,
I got.
That's nice. Yeah, like
so the thing is, we'll put the photos in the video.
It's going to take me a while to edit.
I'll do it.
No, we'll do it together.
Okay. Yeah, but the thing was that the difficulty is that you've got, especially at that time of the year, I'm not sure what it was, but it was a sunny day,
but
so
the light
it was bright.
was changing so quickly.
The shadows meant that it went from light for the cameras. It went from light to pitch black to light to pitch black because of the shadows.
See, like every car. So we were testing it out. So there was obviously 38 cars before Tom, 37 cars before. So we were testing it out on near enough every single car that's coming, and
get a different shot every time.
Yeah. No matter what car I came through, it was completely different every time. And I would expose to one exposure and be like, right, this is it. Bam, 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 bam.
Next one.
I'm like, what? Why isn't this right? Right, in my head, do the equation, change it.
Doing equations?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's Connor can only do equations when it comes to cameras.
Yeah, I can.
That's it. That's all he needs.
It's the only way.
It's the only one you
need.
So
I'm working out my light and what it's going to be, and then all
got the light meter out.
I don't have one.
That's something to invest then, isn't
it? You guys want a beer? I feel like we're going to get to another one.
Yeah, go on then. There's one more.
You can have that one, yeah.
But by the time the next car came, it changed, and then I couldn't make my mind up on lenses either. So I was like,
you were really having,
I was like, because you had the 24, didn't you? 24mm.
Yeah. We swapped at one point because I had the
that must be the photographer's bane of existence,
mate. It's so not because the 16 was too wide, and at 35, because it's a 16 to 35, the 35 just
was not.
It was too like it wasn't close enough, but it was like almost like
awkward angle,
too close for that lens.
Yeah.
And then
the lens we're filming on now is best widest.
Yeah, this is what I was shooting on, what we was filming on. So it gives
you can really get a feel for it.
really wide image. And like so we're on a bridge, and the way you can see it,
and
it's just like so.
What?
It's just him laughing. Making me laugh.
Brad was laughing.
He looked over there and you winked at me.
But so it's on a bridge, and like so we're trying to get the whole of the bridge in the background as well as the car. And I really want to revisit that photo because I've edited it, and I want to edit it again because
it's always good, isn't it?
I've edited it 3 times now, and I've had it different every time. And
different inspiration.
And it's like it's really
depends how you feel, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like me. So this is what I'm realizing is that because I have a music background rather than a photography and videography.
Yeah.
You really actually start to see the similarities.
Oh yeah, it's all creative. A creative thing. Like
I think this is why this works because like even though you're not direct, you appreciate the process.
Yeah, 100%. And it's all about because you may get one shot and it shows one thing, but a minuscule thing or a minuscule tweak can really create a completely different feel.
So you know how like photography is not considered like an art form?
It is.
It is, right, yeah. So I really consider photography and music kind of really close.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas like art
So different.
I never really saw it before.
I don't.
I feel like when you paint something, you painted it. If you take a photo, you can always manipulate
it's more
it.
like you're building an image.
Yeah.
Like you do in a song, you build a song. I find they're very similar. Like the programs that we use are very similar, but in very different
ways. They cross over as well.
But is that where you'd say that? Yeah. Is that where you'd say doing something like we did with the whole Monte Carlo thing? It gave you a real creative chance to actually put your own print on it, because some of the work we're doing day in day out probably is limiting for you.
Creativity,
because some people have the idea and they give us the idea, whereas we sort of had whatever we wanted to do, and it made us sort of revisit when we did this for a hobby.
Yeah, it came back to being a passion.
Yeah, like I filmed stuff that I would film like if I was doing it as a hobby.
Because the Monte Carlo thing was more of a passion project than a work as in like it wasn't solely about we're going here to get this done. It was more like Tom was
have
like,
some fun.
He was like, look, just get what you can get, because it's going to be such a crazy kind of
just have fun with it.
4 days.
Yeah,
like all over the place. You don't know. Just do what you can.
Take it as you can. Just have fun with it.
This is where this was the first trip that we kind of started using the phrase, ask for forgiveness, not permission. We'll get into that later, because obviously something else happened. But yeah, this bridge shoot was, for all of us, was quite a difficult one. Yeah,
and to have one chance.
Yeah, so we were just there
because I thought Tom was just going to go. So comes across the bridge. I get it first. Quinn, Brad. I thought that was it. I'm looking at my pictures. Turn around. Tom's parked up.
He's waiting.
He had to clean his windscreen or something, didn't he?
Yeah. So I thought he was going to go off onto the hill. So shit, I'm there like jump into action.
That's why I clip my off the tripod.
And everyone around you is trying to because this is like the only place to spectators, because this is the only place they're allowed.
But it's not really part. It's not really part of the track.
Yeah. So when they come over the bridge and they're going up the hill, this is to the stage.
Yeah, the stage.
To the next stage. Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, like I'm thinking, oh shit, we gotta go. We jump a thing, we run across, and all of a sudden we got a second chance. Get a few more pictures.
I mean, yeah. That was crazy. Yeah.
But you got to take it as it comes.
Yeah.
As it comes.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. Sorry.
So then after that, we're like, all right, let's drive back to Monaco. Let's wait for Tom to get back.
Yeah.
But then on the way, let's stop and fix the tyre.
Oh yes, going back to when Quinn obviously got the puncture.
Yeah, we're driving all around the space.
In fairness, this is a Sunday, so this is last Sunday. It's now Friday the 29th, whatever day.
Yeah.
Whatever day it was on Sunday.
This was last Sunday. It feels like
24th. Sunday the 24th.
Feels like so.
We try and go to we go to a tyre place in a industrial park.
Not far from Nice. Probably, just
half an hour.
Half an hour.
So we go there. Quinn's in there for what? You probably been there for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, you were gone for a while.
Yeah, that was a queue.
And we were at this now. We're all hungry at this point. It's midday.
Angry. Very
hungry. Like we've been up since 5 again.
Yeah, you don't want to.
We're now in sun and it's like 16 degrees, and me and Brad are wearing thermals
because we were literally half an hour away from it being like 1 degree.
Yeah, so we're up in the mountains a minute ago over the bridge. And then all of a sudden we're down in Nice.
And 16 degrees on thermals and a t-shirt. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm dying. I've got corduroy trousers on with long johns underneath.
And Connor went hangry and hot.
Look, I'm a very hot person. Like, I need to be cold. And, I was in the driver's seat as well. Like I'm like, come on, let's go. I want to go.
I'm going. We're leaving. Quinn, we're leaving.
Angry.
But then Quinn comes out and go, nope.
I had to. So this became a running thing.
You actually didn't tell us what happened in there.
So yeah, this became a running thing.
Food.
This became a running thing where I'd be like, I just go up to the counter and I'd just be like, "Do you speak English?" Because I don't even know what that is in French.
Je suis anglais.
And
no, it's not.
And then so I'd Google translate the whole conversation.
And
then so basically it came to the thing where he was saying, "You can get your tyre changed at 6 p.m., but we close at 6 p.m." And I was thinking, so can I get my tyre changed? He was like, "No, but you can come at 6
I'm good for the moment."
He said, "No, but you can come at 6 p.m., but we do close at 6 p.m." So I was like, okay, I take that as a no.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea. There was a huge communication issue. So I came back and said we couldn't get it. We couldn't get it done. But anyway, we went back to then we decided we were going to go back to Monaco, but then Dom said that
there's no point.
No,
we did.
Yeah, we did.
But like No, because this was at 12:30 and maybe 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we had an hour. Tom was getting back at 2. It was meant to be 2. It was actually 4.
Half 4 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we'll make our way back.
So we make our way back. We get KFC first because KFC was right next to the Thai place because we were all.
Oh, the KFC! Oh my god! Trying to order KFC and they didn't speak English.
Oh,
I had
no idea what we were going to order.
I did the whole thing in French, and then
what was it? What was the Big Tasty?
Yeah, it was like a double Big Tasty or something. Which
no, it was
Je voudrais. Je voudrais
Big Tasty.
Toi, big and tasty.
I was like meal. They said something about like meal.
But then they kept on saying things and
asking us, which we.
And I'd answered them, but my thought process with that was just what would an English KFC woman ask?
Sauces.
You were probably
drinks.
panicking as well. Like
you're like,
had I ordered too much? Like,
they must have said at what size you would have gone wheat.
No, because she was like Commando Petite, and I was like,
for obviously
petite.
Anyone here in England, like they had to order on the other side. So normally it'd obviously be the driver to order,
but then it was me.
But because it was Brad and Quinn on the other side, they were ordering.
We were just talking through the car.
And it was just like going backwards and forwards between the two of them, like trying to get actually something out.
We were like, I just want a bloody burger. That's all I want. Just give it to me.
Hangry boys, like
yeah,
we all 5 a.m. We're like, we just need food.
We are all very hangry.
We managed to get it. It was all good. We made our way back down.
We got to Monaco. Tom came back. This is the Saturday. We're still on Saturday.
No,
right?
this is Sunday.
No, it's not Saturday.
This is Saturday.
This is the Sunday.
No, this is the Sunday.
Yeah, when we end up in the service park again.
So
wait, was this the same day? This was all in one day.
Yeah.
So we come
That's
back.
crazy.
So we
Mental,
come
isn't it?
down to Monaco. So bearing in mind, we were in Monaco in the morning on 5 a.m. and packed. It's not packed at all. There's no people at all.
We're allowed to go in the service park. Our badges let us in.
We want. There's no one in Monaco because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We go off, we come back. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We go back to where we wanted to park.
Busy.
God.
People everywhere.
You know, imagine pre-pandemic.
Lambo, Ferrari, Aston Martin, Lambo.
We have kids, families everywhere. People having dinner. People having lunch at the restaurants.
No, so in Monaco, you can only go to a restaurant if you're from Monaco. So in Monaco itself, they're not having a huge problem with COVID. So you can't go to a restaurant if you're from out of town. Anyway, you're not really meant to be there. And if you're French and you don't live there, you're not meant to be there.
You got to have a reason to be there.
You got to have a reason to be there. So they're doing quite well in that regard. So it's not normal, but it's a lot better.
It was very normal.
But it's very normal.
You had to wear your mask when you're out anywhere.
Yeah, but compared to here, a lot more normal. Like
everyone was at restaurants,
and you could go to restaurants with other people you knew. There wasn't those restrictions in that regard.
Yeah.
But when we come back down into the city,
mobbed.
So many people. Like what we actually. So this is when it's all finishing. But there was so many people there, like almost to a point where you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was just like, I haven't been around this many people in a long time.
But anyway, like throughout all of that, like we worked our way into the area where
the service park used to be.
Yeah, this is where the service park used to be, and this is where all the cars like round off all their trips and everything. So this is the last bit that the rally drivers do. So we'd been there. We were there. It's
called Parc Fermé.
Parc Fermé, is that what?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
So we end up there. I'm not even sure if we were allowed there.
Well, no, we're
no. As we go in, we are.
Yeah, so we're waiting for I looked right. So you two were panicking that we weren't allowed in. I was like, we are. Because
no one else was in there apart from us.
Because on the
side,
so we were allowed in there in the morning with the passes, and they hadn't changed the passes. So I think for the end of the rally they changed. It's like with F1, like they close off the
service
paddock
areas
and everyone comes in. Whereas like in that
they kept
similar thing. So they kept, but for when everyone's coming in for the ceremony, they close it off. So that's why
we got kind of caught in the middle, and then we got escorted out by
you're jumping ahead.
You're jumping way ahead.
All
right.
So you're having a go at me earlier.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Brad's the quiet one. He gets away with murder, isn't he?
This all day. He's been at it.
He's been touchy.
It's the Friday feeling, isn't it?
No, but so we've been in this like this part, which is awesome, and this is where
so like I put a picture. It's like where all of the. No, it's like where all of the cars are. You're not explaining it very much.
I'm not. I know. I need a wee.
It's where
we're so close to the end.
It's where all of the cars are lining up from the end of the
like when they
rally.
park their cars.
And there's lines and like hundreds of cars. And we're waiting for them to come in. They're getting their times from finishing the rally. They get the car washed down as they're coming in, don't they?
It's kind of weird.
Because I think it's like for pictures and stuff.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
However, I quite like the beaten up look.
Yeah. But then Connor decided he wanted to get to get a bit closer. And, just got really close to the cars, which alerted... A bit carried away. We were in there for about 2 hours waiting for Tom.
And if we had held off
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
5, maybe even 5 minutes.
Yeah, it would have been 5. So we waited for Tom for 2 hours in Parc Fermé, where all the cars are. Now, in this meantime, I had an amazing experience.
Yeah, true, fair, yeah.
So, in this 2 hours that we're waiting, the
guy who wins it.
The guy who won the rally has come in and he's driven right past us. And this is his 8th win of the Monte Carlo rally. It's his home rally. And so I was absolutely incredibly lucky, and he just comes in and starts doing donuts.
Like hard donuts.
Hard donuts right in front of me. So I was walking as his car was coming in. I was following the car and taking pictures. And then all of a sudden, bam.
This was crazy. I remember this.
Donut.
This is another snapshot moment in my life.
I did think Connor was going to die.
I was looking at you, and it was just like, this is... you were far away. So when I say this, I don't mean you're little. I just mean like there's this guy who's like small and right next to the car that's doing donut. You would know because you were in this isn't.
You were so close.
This isn't tens of meters. This is like meters. To the point where he probably was doing the donuts.
I didn't know.
Did the donut and then suddenly saw that a guy was there.
Like it was one of these moments where I thought, right, I'm never gonna get this chance again. And it was like, this is a picture that I need to get.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I got 3 or 4. I'll put the picture. I'll give you the picture, put it in. And I quite like. I'm really happy with.
They were great. To be fair,
there's a whole series of them, but it was insane.
What a crazy,
scary. And he had spiked tires, and there was sparks.
Yeah.
Flying, and I was like it wasn't like sparks flying, but it was like coming. It was mad.
That actually there is a surreal moment because also is. So one of the things that I think about, have you ever been to, I don't know, because for me it's like, have you ever been to, I went to a tennis match and I saw Roger Federer against Nadal.
That's sick.
And I was there thinking,
that's huge. Where did you see that?
That was actually in the Wembley.
The O2.
No, the O2 thing.
The O2. Oh, the ATP.
Yeah, that was crazy. So that was crazy. That was years ago. I can't even remember. But anyway, so I was thinking then, it was just like, I'm actually looking at the two best tennis players in the world. So, but the thing was that the whole week we were surrounded by the best drivers, the best in the world.
And they were insane. Like they were number 1, 2, 3 in the world. They were actually insane.
I was thinking, is this guy qualified to be doing donuts so close to my friend? And I was like, if there's anyone to be doing donuts,
the best rally driver in the world.
But like, I was, it's insane. Like to put it into like, because I told a few people, and they're like, that's like insane. I'm like, but it felt. Not normal, but it didn't feel like
it was like there was that sick. But then again, like we are,
but that's here. We're meant to be here. Like, but it was weird. It was that weird crossover between like this is mental. This is a normal bloke, but
because we had been around him the whole week.
But like because we've seen them, interacted with them, and like they're just normal people. But
yeah. Do you not think this kind of goes to a deeper argument? Whereas that.
Everyone's just a person.
You know, when we're thinking of like success and everything like that, we're thinking that when we're successful, we're going to be feeling euphoria.
It's like a different person.
But things are probably just exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was so cool. I was like, oh, this is like so lucky to be in that position to be able to capture that photo. Also, it was kind of like, yes, I need to take my chance. Like this is this is one of those things where you're presented an opportunity, you either take it or you don't.
Don't piss you out, take it. Yeah. For all it's worth. But that's the thing that I think we are all trying to install in each other.
Yeah,
is the fact that when you get given opportunities like that, you could
gotta take it.
That's what this trip was all about.
Yeah, 100%.
I think like as a company, this has almost like made us tighter and better. Like it was good that we did this so early on in you coming back.
It was intense, because it was intense.
Do you know what? It really fucking pushed my buttons at times the whole trip. feel like we really got under each other's skin at times.
I feel like I learned a lot about myself at the same time in terms of my...
I feel like I've come away from it thinking, actually, I know how to handle myself better around these guys now.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm going into work, that's only going to be better. It's only going to help.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Just a bit more of an understanding.
Well, because there's certain decisions and the stuff I did during that trip where, like, I feel like, I'm actually going to start making changes in my life because of it. And, I just feel really positive about it.
Experience, I think, for all of us. I learned a lot about myself. I feel like there was a lot of situations where I found actually, do you know what? Could have handled that differently.
100%. And because the thing that was great about it is because there was great. Like that there were moments of
there was the driving to the Alps. There was being in Monaco.
There were moments that were so high, but there were also moments where it was like things were really hard and they were really shit. Like I was quite ill one morning. I had a gut issue.
We won't go into that, man.
We'll leave it at that. But like,
you going again?
It really tested me. Like and that's why I feel like after the trip I was really run out. We've not even got onto the trip home yet.
No.
So all right, let's start that then because
we still some time before Condor gets back.
Yeah.
How was your day?
What? When?
Today.
Yeah, today's good. Yeah, we're just. We got actually a lot of potential clients coming along.
Yeah, we had quite a good day today.
It's quite weird how things just.
We're just sitting in this room all day, every day for the next couple of days.
But this is the thing, and I feel like this is where COVID's been really surprising, and the fact that lockdown hits, and it hits for a little bit,
and then everyone freaks out,
and we think that even we think, you know what, business could be real slow,
could be dry for
the next little bit, but then suddenly it's like
just.
Things can change within an instant. That's why I feel like, because this is our jobs now, like, I quit my job and everything. You've quit your job. Connor quit his job to do this. It's the fact that now we're doing this permanently. It's like, you can, like, if you just wait a bit longer, then opportunities will come.
And you just got to be ready to take them.
100%. I feel like
you're really a cappella. Standing up and using the mic. That's pretty a cappella, mate.
I feel like it's also noticing when the opportunity is there, because sometimes you can't overlook certain things and not see them as opportunities.
You just see them as everyday things.
Yeah, you see them as just another.
Yeah, and I do feel like the reason I quit my job and came here is because I was looking at what kind of lifestyle do I want.
I think we're very lucky in like the fact that our lifestyle now from this job, that is very much not a job, it's now a lifestyle.
That's more than a job. Yeah.
Definitely.
Like we get to go do these cool things and it's work, but actually
we're not sitting at a desk.
We don't feel like it's work.
Yeah.
We, like this week and we're quarantining together and yes, we've been sat here every day working. It hasn't felt like work.
No, definitely
it's just
not.
like, and I'm getting on with jewelry, you're getting on with editing, like, you're
doing something,
getting the stuff ready.
Quinn's doing something. Every day.
I don't know what. He does something.
Quinn's does something.
Two big brains.
He tells us he's working, but I'm sure. Like, so actually, if you see, me and Brad are over there, and Quinn's
we're like against this
side.
Wall. So we're on the other sides.
We can't see a screen. I think he plays Fortnite the whole time, personally.
Well, mate, you might not be wrong.
There's no proof though. So.
I am joking. No, I'm joking. No.
But we're very fortunate in what we do. Let's put it that way. However, I want to just go on to quickly something after.
We haven't finished the story.
Okay, go on.
No, because we still got the journey back.
Yeah, we stalled.
The journey back is still an interesting.
Probably the most eventful journey ever.
All right, okay, so let's start it. So we decide. Okay, we got the Euro Tunnel at 11:20 p.m.
French time.
So French time. So that's close to midnight. And if we left at 10 in the morning, we'd have plenty.
It's a 9-hour drive, 9.5 hour drive.
Yeah, plenty of time. You know what? We would be absolutely chilling.
We took it. So we had a few drinks on our last night.
Yeah,
we chilled.
We took
and
it
we
all
had
in.
so we thought we had time to change tyre and still continue with the journey. Anyway, we left Nice in the morning, and we decided, because we'd also spoke to the mechanics, and they'd say that the space saver tyre can't they can hold up.
There's no reason why it shouldn't, basically.
Yeah, but just somewhere along the way, get the tyre changed. So
No
we thought,
biggie, yeah.
we thought, you know, by Lyon, because that's 4
Yeah.
or 5 hours away.
It was like 4, yeah.
I think like it was a good. See, like there was nowhere because we were around Monaco and Nice, expensive, very expensive. Lyon a little bit cheaper compared to down that that really south
France,
area.
yeah.
Whereas you're kind of heading a little bit further up. But anyway, so we pull over. Quinn goes in, has a little chat.
Yeah, I go into the store. I'm like, "Do you speak French again?"
French?
The woman was
English.
like, "No." Do you speak English?
Of course, she speaks French.
The
in
woman
France.
was like, "No." But anyway, we figure out, and I was like, "How long would it take to get the tire changed?" They said 45 minutes. So I was like, "Great, okay, we can." We prepared.
We got like 2 hours to spare.
Because we had like an hour at that stage.
Oh,
to
yeah.
spare.
But we only had an hour to spare. So I thought
Somehow.
45 minutes. We
Yeah.
can work up the time. If we got a new tire, then we can push it a bit. So they ended up. We ended up waiting there for
20
about
minutes.
like 20 minutes, and then I went into there. I went in and I said, "Listen, we don't have enough time. We've got to go."
Because
Yeah.
at this stage, when you went in that time, we had a half an hour to go.
Yeah.
We had a half an hour spare. We thought, and that was still giving us
Time to
getting
fuel up
to
petrol.
the Eurotunnel with like the bare minimum of an hour till
Yeah.
our train.
Yeah.
So I said,
bearing in mind, it's not us just getting there; it's giving us an hour still.
yeah. So I said to them, I was like, "Really, really sorry, we have to go." And then the mechanic guy came up to us. He was like, "No, we'll do it now. We'll do it now." And then we got this woman shouting at us because she was there ahead of us, and she was like, she was shouting at us in French, like, blah, blah, blah. They're very expressive.
She was not happy.
She was not happy.
And then so she ended up getting in her car and driving away after really shouting at us. This guy puts my car up on the thing, and about to change the tire, and then goes in, and then for some reason only then decides to check if he's got the tire in stock.
They'd taken it off.
They'd taken the wheel off, they lifted the car up, and then went,
We don't have the
We don't
tire
have
in
the
stock
tyre.
for you. And so we were all there, like thinking, "Oh my god, we've just unpacked everything as well. We had to unpack everything."
oh my god,
so
yeah.
we ended up. We were in Lyon, about 6.5 hours from the Eurotunnel
And we
in
had
Calais, and we had
6.5 hours.
We literally had 6.5 hours within a minute to be able to make it to the Eurotunnel, and we only had a space saver tire.
Which
So we just prayed to God that tire would hold
and we
up.
just absolutely sent it.
So,
across
like, it
France. And we're just like, "Come on, buddy."
I get a text from my dad saying,
So, like-
"Heard you had a punctured tire. Please don't drive across France on the space saver."
so like we're driving. So like after we get out of the tire, we switch over. I get in. We're like, right, let's go. We were at the petrol station. First, we have a nightmare at the petrol station.
Yeah, quite it's another nightmare.
So like,
Oh, they took money off my card when I didn't even pay for fuel. But then it turns out they didn't take money from my card.
and we're kicking anyway. So we had our now half an hour time of leeway is now gone.
It's now 50 minutes extra.
We're now
behind.
we're late. We're
We
behind.
have to
schedule.
gain time.
So
We're 50 minutes behind time.
This is my turn to drive, and I've got the space saver tire, and we've just got to go for it, unfortunately. So like you're fine to travel on it, but you're just not meant to travel.
Yeah, I googled whether or not why I googled why do space saver tires have restrictions. Because I thought the tire might implode or something.
Which so I had
No, you thought you were
I
getting
had
electric
confidence
shock.
the whole time.
Huh?
Dommy, the mechanic, Tom's mechanic, told me, he's like, "Look, just do it, you'll be fine."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in my mind, I had full confidence.
The mechanic was
You
saying,
two, not
yeah.
so much.
Dommy
And
was-
I understand that. I
Dommy
get
did
that.
say to us, he was like, "You'll be absolutely fine. Just go with it."
Just try and get it
because the
changed,
thing is,
yeah.
there are trailers that can run at like 90 mile an hour and everything that use those tires.
Yeah.
So, and he said, you can just send
It's
it.
just not what you want to be, because it's already
just affects
it's
the-
unbalanced. It's not
Yeah.
exactly comfortable.
And we were travelling across the whole of France, and we
But,
had to be on time for something.
So I'm doing my 4-hour stint, and then I go through rate of snowstorm, like thick snowstorm. We're trying to make up time,
And Connor's over the drive like half the speed limit.
and I'm like, fuck, like I just want to go, but like there's because at that time, so France they have a curfew,
6
Yeah.
p.m.
6 p.m. So past we're probably we're about 6:30 now, but the road's now dead. It's just lorries and us because everyone else has to be inside. We're just gunning for it. It's a snowstorm. I can't see. I'm like, come on, we just need to go.
No.
It's bad.
Yeah, but at the end of
It
the
was
day,
just
it's
like
like
intense.
the shit experience is the same on our gap year. Kind of like the shit experiences sometimes are
The
best.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It was weird.
So it made the journey eventful.
See, what made it worse was Quinn, in his right mind, didn't want to stop for food because he was worried about time, and I get that. So we didn't eat anything, did we?
No.
And so
we didn't have any dinner.
The hunger levels were building in the
We
camp.
couldn't even because the thing is that if we went for dinner and it took 10 minutes, we would have missed the train we intended to get.
Yeah. So we got there. We got there at the right check-in time. We got
there at 10 o'clock when we thought it was going to be 25 past.
Yeah. 10. So we got there with an hour or more to spare.
Hour and 20 minutes to spare.
No.
We did. We got
but only 25 minutes
before
to check in.
Yeah. So we chilled for a bit. We went into the terminal.
We got there at 10, and we had to check in at 25 past.
Yeah.
And we waited, for
20 minutes.
We thought we were going to get there at 25 past. So we had this extra 25 minutes. We went inside, had a piss.
Had a coffee.
And
chilled out.
And we were fine. Great. Went to queue, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got to border control.
We had everything.
So
UK border control.
We got through the first one.
We got through the French one.
Second one. Fine. Get to the third one. And
you guys got the documents? Yeah, we're giving all the documents.
We had all the documents.
Have you guys got the
passenger locator form?
Have you guys got the passenger locator form? We go, no.
What? Sorry, what? We don't need one of those.
We were so stressed about the whole journey that it just went completely over our heads.
So, for anyone who hasn't travelled during COVID, the passenger locator form is what you have to fill out on your inbound flight or train or ferry to the UK.
Within like 24 hours of flying.
Yeah, within 24 hours before you fly or drive, or just whatever, so that they have your information so they can track you once they're in the UK. Now, myself and Quinn last year had already previously been to France, had been through this experience, and had used the passenger locator form. Knew about it.
Decided not to tell me.
Completely forgot about it.
Just went straight over my head. It went straight. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
that was my responsibility, boys.
And we get told to pull to the side so we could do it quickly. And then we do the passenger locator form. We go into the area where they search the car. So we're driving through. They're like, "Why are we being searched?"
These guys were so nice.
We pull in and he's like, "Oh, right. So we got to search you."
What will you be searching
and he goes, He goes, no, the guy just pulled us in here. Okay, so all right, no worries. We won't search you then. It's like, was it that easy?
We could have told him anything. we could have had just anything on their car, and they would have just been like, "Yep, cool." Yeah.
So basically, if you want to smuggle drugs, guys,
just tell them.
I'm joking.
You can't be encouraging that behaviour.
No, that was a joke. But and also the guys there, he was like, because we fill out the form and this guy checks it. He's like, WRC exemption form. And we were like, yeah. He was like, what's that? And I said, like, World Rally Championship. And he was like, what's that? And I said, the World Rally Championship, like Monte Carlo. And he was like, damn, that's so cool. This guy was loving it. Like,
and he's like, but you're in a Citroen, you're not a rally driver.
And then he was like, you guys can make your way out of exit 2, but don't be doing that rally stuff.
It was funny.
So then we pull up to the when we're about to get on the train
to the boarding area.
A minute late.
We missed that train.
Well, yeah. But we sat there for a while.
We went. This is a bit weird.
This is far too quiet.
There's no one here.
An hour goes by.
Still no one there.
Definitely missed it.
We then got to wait until what? Half one.
The heartbreak at that moment, because I was already I was actually losing my sanity. At that
Quinn
point.
was going insane. We had been in the car for 17 hours.
I was staying positive, but at the same time I was
crying.
I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
It was
questionable.
I think, and at that point everyone was so hungry.
We hadn't eaten since about midday. And it was midnight.
It was too much. Quinn's patience straight out. My patience way out the door. Brad somehow trotted along.
Cool, calm and collective.
We were actually lucky because anything in that moment, if one of us pissed each other off just a little bit,
game over.
Do you know what? I thought me and Quinn were about to have a run-in.
Really? Yeah, close to the finish?
I was too gone to have that energy.
I was like, I'm going to whatever I say, I'm going to piss him off.
Well, Quinn just sticks his AirPods and listens
he
to the
was like, Quinn was, just listens to it, but he was pissed.
He was pissed.
And I was like, whoa.
This could be dangerous.
I'm pissed too. And when I'm pissed and Quinn's pissed,
never
this
ends
never
well.
ends well.
Not even
It's when we're both tired.
Yeah. We're both tired. We're hungry. And this has always been a big problem. But we're
hungry. Yeah.
But the great thing is that the thing is that we know when we both get angry at each other, we both know that the fact that
was it. Yeah.
Like once we sleep on it, it's over.
Because
Yeah.
I remember we were in the car and I was like, Quinn, we could have fucking stopped.
I thought that was
was
the
like,
moment Quinn was about
as
to
soon
get.
as I said it, I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that.
I thought you were about to get the car and
No,
hit
I
him.
handled it like a boss.
You did. Well done.
No, but wait, how did I handle it? I don't even know.
I don't think you
can't even
replied.
remember.
No,
I
you
blacked
went
out.
quiet.
I think you went quiet. Yeah.
You went really quiet for a while, and I was like, okay, he's pissed off.
No, I wasn't even that pissed off. I was just at the point
I
where I
don't
was
think
like,
you-
I actually thought I was going to go insane and go psychopathic.
It was just like,
We'd only been in the car for about 12 hours.
yeah.
Yeah, 14, mate.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it was a crazy drive.
Anyway, we made it home. This has been the longest podcast by far, but there's been a lot to talk about, and we even missed out the fact that
The red button's not on the camera, is
It
it?
doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't
record.
matter.
There's red buttons
Okay.
down there on the screen.
I was going to say,
Bottom
have we
right.
actually
Yeah.
recorded?
we've been recording the whole
God, that
time.
would have been bad.
How
But yeah, this has
like
been
an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Enjoy this.
Enjoy-
Everyone
it's been a
watching and
good
listening
podcast.
to this.
it's kind of been a bit of a debrief for
Yeah.
us. We've not really discussed it.
So,
My
So
poor
much
old
happened.
girlfriend has been sat in that room there, like the
Listening.
whole
Charlotte,
time
you can
by
come out in a
herself.
minute.
Charlotte, you can come out now. Looks like she's in. Like, it makes it feel like she's in a closet. Or something.
Yeah.
She's in a
She doesn't
perfectly
come out.
fine furnished room.
But, yeah, so that is, what podcast is that? 5?
5. Yeah,
Number 5.
it is number 5.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It
Sure,
is,
yeah.
yeah.
It is.
But
So,
yeah,
that was fun.
it's good to be home. It was an amazing trip. I think we all learned a lot about ourselves, the game of photography and videography, and about
I'm sure
how
we'll go into it a bit more.
where we can take this in the future.
Anchor have changed their app.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, thoughts.
anyway,
But
it has
so-
been long.
Thank you very much for listening to the PMH podcast. Listen to this on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor, all the
All
others.
the YouTube.
Make sure to follow us on
The
Polar
gram.
Media House, the Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything.
Just give us some
Anything
TikTok.
Give us some
TikTok.
love, give us some support.
But yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers, boys.
Pleasure.
Peace out. Cheers.
See you guys.
Cheers, boys.